In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my new 7-foot build I've made, okay? Offensively, this is the best build I have made on any 2K. Now, obviously, your boy had to sacrifice a lot of defense. It was an experiment, and surprisingly, y'all can see this build is a 94. You already know I'm not going to play on a build and get it to a 94 if it's not fun to play on. Surprisingly, this is the most fun build I've actually had, even though I'm going to show you guys now very quickly. This is the build. You can see it doesn't have any block. Yes, I know. Fair, you're 7-footer. You ain't got no block. Oh my god. Whatever. Okay, cool. But you guys will see what I'm talking about in a minute when we get into the rec games. Okay, I'm averaging 20 points in this game currently. Okay, about 10 rebounds, and I have like a 70% field goal. So I'm having a lot of fun on the offensive side. Now, when it comes to the offense, because here's the thing. My thing is this: if you're gonna give up defense, you better be good offensively. And boy, this build is good offensively. Because a lot of people, you see them on this point guard build with no defense, but they don't have any offense either. Whereas with this build, trust me, like I've been going crazy in the rec. Now, the one thing I'm trying to balance on this build, you can see some of the stats right here. One of the things I'm trying to balance out at the moment is basically understanding that I can't use every single tool in a game. Like when you guys will see, I'm going to show you guys my first rec game and my last rec game. There's so many clips that I'm not even showing. There's more videos on this build, but I need to understand like I can't use every tool in the game. Like I'm trying to use everything. I'm trying to do pull up middies, take threes, go into the post. And I was like, what, certain games I might not need to use my midi. Certain games I might not need to use my post control. Certain games I might not need to use my close shot. So I'm still trying to learn to sort of balance that out. But this is the build offensively. You can see it is crazy, okay? Like in terms of just pure offense, it doesn't get any better than this, and it still has a lot of passing. I'm gonna show you guys the animations also very quickly. If you guys have been there before, but this is what I'm using. I'm definitely gonna change my post hook because yeah, once your boy get that 84 close shot, you guys already know I'm gonna be a post hooking on this build too. We're gonna be a post hooking, but the current jump shot I'm using at the moment, it is Franz Wagner, Bobby Portis. I still think the Jonathan Isaac base is still the best for me. Like I've tried other big bays, David Robinson and Michael Porter Jr. But I don't know. Jonathan Isaac just looks like the more consistent one, even though the time and stability is a bit you feel me? But anyways, let's get to some of these rec games we played again. I'm going to show you guys the first rec game I played, and then the last one I played, well, one of the last games I played today, actually. And you guys will see the sort of transition of the build again. It's not going to be all the highlights. Again, I've got more gameplays to share on the build. But anyways, yeah, let's get into some of these rec gameplays, and we're going to discuss more about the build. Now, as we get into my first ever rec game, you guys already know when I play these rec games, I'm just out here trying to experiment on the build. I kind of know what I want the build to be able to do, but the question is it going to be able to do it? Again, this build doesn't have the best interior defense, nor does it have any blocks. So I was kind of curious how it's going to play out. Now, overall, I've been playing this build for a minute now. Surprisingly, it's not as bad as people think it is. Yes, I know you're a 7-footer and you can't block any shot. It is terrible. Trust me. I have my previous 7-foot build I showed you guys had 92 blocks. So I know what it's like to have a block on the build and to not have block on the build. But trust me, I mean, the standing dunk, I mean, honestly, bro, if you guys don't have 92 standing dunk on your build, you don't know what you're missing out on, bro. I know people, listen, I've played with 85 standing dunk. I've played with 80 standing dunk, 81 standing dunk, but I am telling you, there is nothing better than having 92 standing dunk on your build. Like the bar on your standing dunk is ridiculous. But when I played on builds, I had 92 standing dunks. Some of them didn't have the best close shot. Okay, you can see I'm snagging on this build like crazy. Some of them didn't have the best close shot. So what I ended up doing was, my thinking was this, right? If I'm gonna... So sometimes the game can put you off your dunk animation. It might give you a layup. So I was like, you know what? Even if the game was to give me a layup, as you can see the passing, even if the game was to give me a layup, I wanted to make sure my bar is still green. Y'all can see when I was getting up for those layups, my bar is still green, even though my stats aren't maxed out. This was my very first game. You need to understand that too. But the idea of having that high close shot and high driving layup is sometimes if I go for a drive, like a dunk or whatever, and the game wants to give me a layup, my bar is still gonna be crazy. Now this build basically lives in the paint. When I play with randoms, again, the games you guys are watching are completely with rec randoms. You can see I'm still trying to figure out. This was my first time playing the build. You can see I'm still trying to figure it out in terms of what the builds, how to use it. Because right now, again, I don't want to show off all my skills when I play with certain people. Like when I play rec right now, I don't want everyone to know, okay, you can go in a post. You can see the standing dunk goes crazy. So I'm trying to kind of use the tools here and there once in a while. Show them a little bit of post hook, post fade. Now, the one I didn't really show too much in this highlights, if I didn't show it at all, in these highlights are my pull-up middies. Now, I ain't gonna cap. My pull-up middies since the post hop has been a little bit, oh my god, look at those crazy dunks. Since the post hop has been a bit weird, that is my favorite shot to go to right now, and a lot of people don't know how to guard it, especially on a big. You know, they're not expecting the 7-footer to be pulling up for midi. And again, I do have another gameplay, like a separate video I've got to talk about that I'm going to be using this build. You guys will see all the scoring prowess of this build. This build is insane, bro. Now, like I said, I have been playing with REC Randoms a lot on this build because your boy the Congo squad, bro. Like, at the end of the day, you can see my first game on, not my first game, but my first game on this build, it played really well. But yeah, going to squad with 2s for REC, I would not recommend it, bro. That is, you're basically still playing with randoms because there's 3 other guys there, and they are worse than just playing solo REC. So a lot of the time, if I don't have 3 people playing, I'm not going to no squad, bro. It's so boring to play. But anyways, you can still see the build. We still have the rebounding. Again, we can snag. Again, I'm averaging. You guys will see the second game. This is me at 94 right now. So I've been playing a lot on the build. I've been playing a lot of games on the build to get to 94. 90% of them have been REC, a couple of career games, but you can see I'm averaging almost 70% field goal, 55% from 3, 20 points, you know, almost 11 rebounds, almost 5 assists. So it's not like, yes, fair, you know, I won't block on my build, but at the same time, like, I'm having fun. You feel me? Like, I'm a walking bucket. I'm just out here scoring loads of different points on different kinds of players. And at the same time, I'm actually not giving up a lot of points, surprisingly. Not having block actually has made my discipline a little bit better when it comes to defense. Because now I'm not over-helping anymore. Because I know I can't block the shots. I bait a lot of people. And people still don't know my build doesn't have interior defense, right? When they're playing me, because I look huge, you can see how big the build looks, right? They assume I have block and they assume I have interior defense because they can't really see all my full stats. So they don't really go up on me as much as you think they would. Obviously, once they figure it out, they start doing it. The second thing I also want to, like, well, not second thing, but the other thing I like about this build is when I play the REC, once I play with an outside big, like a center that spots up in the corner, it's almost guaranteed we're going to win the game. Okay, the only time we don't win is when of these centers want to do too much. Because, let's be honest, all right? This build is better than any center build out there you want to talk about when it comes to just finishing in the paint. I don't care what your center build has. In terms of just pure finishing, I mean, I'd give up defense on this build. You didn't give up defense on your center build. So, you can't be better than me when it comes to pure offense. That's why I'm always saying to these guys, when I go into the game chat, I'm always saying to them, yo, listen, I'm a better player than you. No disrespect. My build is literally better. Look at this crazy take, right? My build is better on the inside than you. You just sit on the outside. You chill there because eventually this build is going to get double teamed, okay? This build is going to get double team, triple team. And as an outside big, that's what you want, right? You're just going to be out here just shooting wide open threes. No contest. But some of these bigs want to do too much. They want to go in the paint. Obviously, I'm happy to play like a traditional power forward as well. But the attention this build draws is insane in the REC. Now, again, y'all don't worry, okay? This is just so like the glimpse of the build. What I am gonna do, you can see the standing. Look how badly I timed that standing dunk. Look how big the green bar. I'm telling you, listen, if you ain't got 92 standing dunk, you don't know what you're missing. That was the reason why I remade my other 7-foot build, because that build had 85, and again, 85 is not bad. Don't get me wrong, but 85. I mean, look at this. 85 is not 92. Once you have 92 standing dunk, you're never gonna go back. You're never gonna go back. So for me, you know, I'm always trying to make these 6'10 plus builds because you're able to get that big man contact dunk, and I want to be able to put 92 on it because it is insane. It is insane. Now, again, obviously the defensive side of things, y'all can see I am not letting a lot of points go. We can still shoot threes. This was one of the things I'm trying to learn in this game. Y'all can see I'm not using my my pull-up midi game in this game because it wasn't needed, you know. Whereas when I first played on the game, my first couple of games, I was very eager to show off all my moves. You know, I'm always like, let me go to do this. But now, look, you can still, the interior defense is still, like, listen, I play a hands-up defense, and surprisingly, I still get a lot of contests, and guys are still bricking. We're still getting, you know, you can see in this game, we still got 10 rebounds, you know, 25 points. I am averaging like ridiculous amount of points in this game. I even run the point guard sometimes in the REC. You know, I say to bro, just give me the ball, okay? I'm gonna run the point because I'm happy to do it because this build also gets gold unblockable. So it's not like I'm gonna be getting stripped out here very, very easily. Plus, this ain't no super comp games where you're gonna have a bunch of lockdowns everywhere. It's a REC, bro. Everyone has weird builds, and look at this crazy play. Like I was trying to go for a contact dunk right here. I couldn't quite figure it out, but this was what I was talking about earlier. Is sometimes when the game gives me a layup, I want to be able to put my close shot, my driving layup so high that my green bar is still going to be massive when it comes to those things. Now, again, I can't wait to get this build to a 99 because I know, I want to be able to do some Euro steps, some post hooks, just get super cheesy on the build. It is only 2 gameplay. Obviously, I showed you guys my very first game on the build, and also I think this is one of my last few games, or the second to last game I played on this build today. And yeah, I am having a ton of fun. Like, it is super fun to play on. I should be back to streaming soon, because the reason I haven't streamed recently is just because I couldn't play this game for too long, bro. Like, all the builds I had, they weren't fun to play with, especially with randoms. They were good builds, don't get me wrong, but there's something about this build, even though weirdly enough, it doesn't have any block, which you would think I would hate. I'm actually enjoying this build more than any of my other builds. No disrespect to my friends, I do love them, but I don't even need them to play on this build. Y'all can see I'm just repping up like crazy. I'm getting close to a 95, so your boy should be back streaming soon, because I will be using this build all the time. I mean, it is super, super, super fun to play on. I know you guys are gonna get onto the block. I know, you're 7 for the fear. I know, we get it. But we got more gameplay coming soon for you, man. Don't worry about that. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, right? And then yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.